And going to go over the top here. I see you. Stacy Hall. We talked to her a little bit before. Tony's there. Roxanne is here. Morning, Roxanne. Susie Horgan. I'm going to mention to Susie too. If you have a website, put it in your bio there, and that way people can click on it right from your bio.
Were you on, Stacy? Were you on an iPhone or a tablet when you couldn't be seen or heard?
On a computer.
You were on your computer.
Well, what I'm going to do here, Michelle, is I'm going to tell the people who are here right now on the left-hand side, if you have it, tell a little bird and post it to Facebook. That way it lets the people know where you're at, what you're doing, and they can follow you over here as well as us. And if you have a question, if you type /Q, a space, and then your question, it'll show as a Q by your name and the comment stream, but it'll also put you over in that direction in the question box over there that we can see that you probably cannot see. And we'll go over that in a little bit also. If you want also at the bottom where it says send a message, if you click on that / bar, you have a menu come up where it has /Q that you can just click on that and type your question. It has a shrug and a hug, and I don't really need all those. I do need props, though, and we'll cover that. Michelle will tell you about that later, maybe.
That's right. Let's give Ron props, because Ron doesn't.
I can't
give himself
props. But anyway, Michelle, what I'm going to do now is I am going to cut this screen in half, go over to my presentation screen, and I'm going to make it full screen. So I won't be able to see what's going on. So if anything happens, you're going to have to tell me. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I can't, my eyesight is bad to start with. And as I've gotten older, it's gotten worse. So I got to make it full screen so I can see what's going on. We're going to get started, and we're going to have approximately 25, 30 minutes on how to host a blab. We have no interruptions, and the seat is locked. If it isn't, Michelle, please lock it. And we will cover this, and we will get through it. And then we'll ask if you have questions. We'll answer the questions at the end. And if we open the seats, we'll let you in, and then you can chat with us. Who are we? We are the Circadians. The Circadians is a community, isn't built around one individual. We live, work, and thrive in a guru-free zone. Everyone is equal. Everyone matters. And everyone has their own special gift. The sum of those gifts being greater than any one individual. I'm actually reading from a slide presentation. And Michelle, I don't know if you can post the link for that and how to split the screen. That might help some of the people
I just posted the link on how to split the screen. And
what do the Circadians do? We create event-driven, outcome-oriented business-building platforms, broadcasts, websites, content training programs, and more. But mostly we operate in a guru-free zone, getting stuff done. We welcome the opportunity to elaborate on that. Just ask for an invitation to our community today by emailing stan@thecircadians.com or follow the Circadians at blab.im/the Circadians. I just want to go over a little thing about what the Circadians do. We have a clinic every morning, and today Nina went over some of the changes in Google and Google Plus, and enlightened us as to some of the things we didn't know about. And it was 25 minutes of information that I wasn't aware of. So I'm going to go back to my Google Plus profile, and I'm going to be changing that, just like we learned stuff about Blab. And now I'm going to go down here to slide number 4. It's the circadian way, and what kind of the things that what we do. We commit to deliver your message and the life you've been given. Inspire others to action and be inspired by it. One of the things that I like is never accept mediocrity as a benchmark. We try to do our best, and we encourage everybody else to do the same. Well, we're going to get started here a little bit with the rules of Blab. Blab doesn't really have any rules, but the Blab team has created some agreements or guidelines they would like the community to go by. And these are those guidelines. Respect each other. Honor the viewer's time. Let others talk. Don't be an awful person to be around. Argue the point, not the person. The host sets the rules to the party unless they conflict with these rules. The biggest one there that we emphasize is argue the point and not the person. It's all right to disagree with somebody. That's normal because we all have our own opinions. But it's not all right to say, you know what, I don't like what you're saying, you jerk or you idiot. That's not all right. It's not going to get you very far. And you won't be invited back on some of the blabs because of that type of an attitude. So discuss the point on the topic, stay on that topic, and if you have an argument on that point, argue the point, but don't make it personal. We want to thank some of the people and recognize some of the people who help us out on Blab. Roxanne is here, Eileen Smith, Chef Dennis. There's a whole list, and you want to follow some of these people because that's where you get the information from also. Okay, the Circadians, on slide number 7 at the top there, we're going to go to how to start a new Blab. If you click on your profile on the right, you will get a drop-down menu. And at the top, it says Start a New Blab. When you click on that, this is the screen you'll see. I'm on slide number 8. It'll say Host a Blab at the very top. Notice in that line where you type in the subject of your blab, the number on the right represents the characters in your title. You have 80 characters to put your topic or the title of your blab. When it fills up those 80 characters, you can't type any more in. And if it's not what you want, you're going to have to shorten it so that you can fit it into those 80 characters. Once you fill in the title, tags become available to you. You'll see a list of those. You can pick up to 3 tags, and when you do, when you go live, they become available. You can add a custom image to your blab. You'll see that right there. It says add a custom image, and you can do that. I'm on slide number 12. Now you pick a time and a date to schedule your blab. You'll see a clock there. You type in the time you want to schedule your blab, and it'll have AM or PM. Make sure you click when you want it to start, either in the morning or afternoon. I've made the mistake several times, and I'm sure just about everybody has, where it might be PM, and you want the blab to start in the morning, and you forget to click AM. It'll schedule it PM because that's the time you're at right now. You'll see a little box down below there that says tomorrow, or there's a calendar there that you can click on for a date in the future. If you've selected now, you can start your blab right now. If you choose a date in the future, the screen will appear where it'll give you a countdown clock at the top. It'll have the days, hours, minutes, and seconds until your blab starts. If you have an image there, it'll have that in your profile, as well as the title of the blab, and it'll say start now and edit. So you can start your blab anytime from the time you schedule it until the time that it's scheduled to start. So if you want to start it earlier, you can start it earlier. Just notify your followers so that they know that you're starting the blab early. Once you start a blab, you must join in order to keep the blab going, and you will see a screen where it'll say call in. You click on that, and your camera will go on, and you'll see yourself on the screen. Now that you're in the blab, and you can lock the other seats if you want, which we did. And if you're following on the slideshow with us, you'll see this slide 15, where it shows what the lock seat looks like. It's just a padlock, and you can see it on the screen now that it's a locked padlock. When people ask to join, you'll see a box will pop up. It'll have their image, like if you see at the top or on the side in the comment stream, their name, their information, and it'll be a check mark where you can check to let them in, or an X if you don't want to let them in. This is what it looks like when someone joins. They'll pop in to the blab, and if they're a guest, you'll see a G by their name. Like in the upper left, by my name and by Michelle's name, you'll see an H. But if somebody just comes in the blab, there'll be a G by their name, and you can make them a co-host by clicking on their name in the profile. To make someone the co-host, click on their name in the profile, like I just said. And now you'll see an image that'll have an H with a plus up in the upper left. That's how you make them a co-host. You just click on that, and it makes them a co-host. Now, as a co-host, they will have an H beside their profile picture. Might not show up unless they refresh. Sometimes it shows up, sometimes it doesn't. But they have the same opportunity and can do the same things the host can do. And by locking a seat, unlocking it, restrict people from coming in, ban people from coming in, delete comments from the comment stream. They have all that they can do as a co-host. Let's take a look at some comments in the stream. If you roll over one of them, you'll see a star and an arrow. That's how you acknowledge them or reply to them. Clicking on the X in the red triangle will remove their comment. Now, if you're not a co-host, you won't see that red X, that red triangle with an X in it in the corner. When someone types a question in the comment stream on the right and uses the IQ feature, which we went over, /Q space and then your question, it automatically gets added to the questions column on the left. It can also get upvoted through the stars props feature. What that means is if somebody asks a question and you like the question they ask and you roll over their name and click on the star, it'll move that question up to the top in the question box on the left. Selecting an answer in the question column will highlight it in one of the boxes in the main blab screen. We call it pinning. It'll bring up that question in the box. Now, there has to be an open seat in order for that to happen. If all the seats are filled, you can't pin the question. But if there's an empty seat, the question will show and you can see the question. One of the things as a host or a co-host I want to make you aware of is when you bring the question up, please read it, because when people watch a replay, they do not see the questions and they do not see the comment stream. So if you don't read the question, they're going to wonder, okay, well, what's he talking about now all of a sudden? Because they don't see the question. So whenever somebody posts a question, read the question and then give the answer. If you click on their picture, it will bring up this screen. You can report and block them from this Blab stream. This is not a global block. It just means that from this Blab right now, they are blocked. They can get back in another time. And the other thing they can do, they can sign out of a Blab, out of their Twitter account and their Blab account, and just view it from the web, but they won't be able to participate in the Blab. So they do have access if they want to see what's going on. You click on the Start Recording button, and the Blab will be recorded. While recording, the button will say Pause Recording. You can stop and start the recording during your Blab. You can also use someone's profile view someone's profile by rolling over their image in the top. And if you do that now and roll over somebody's image, you'll be able to see the information if they're following you and if you're following them. You can click on that little Twitter bird there, and it'll pull up their Twitter profile, and you can get information on them there. If they have a website and they have it in there, you can click on that website address, and it'll take you right to their website. It'll open another tab so you can get information about them, and that will help you decide whether you want to follow them or not follow them. After the Blab is over, and if it was recorded, there is a link to upload it to YouTube. You'll actually get an email from Blab. It'll have the MP3 files if you want to just load those to a podcast, and it'll have the MP4 files that you can actually upload the video to your website if you wish, or it'll have the opportunity for you to upload it to YouTube. Managing multiple YouTube channels is supported by Blab. All you have to do is select the YouTube channel you want to upload to, and you can do it right from the screen. After the Blab is over, you'll get an email, like I said, with links to download your audio, podcast, and video files. Now, that comes to the end of our presentation, and I'm going to come back and let me see what's going on here. One of the things I
got a couple of questions.
Yeah, one of the things I didn't mention, and we went over it yesterday, it's more of a how to use Blab thing within the comment stream. If you're not familiar, you'll see the map at the top and all messages. That's all the comments in the stream. And if people mention you, you click on that, it'll bring up that they mentioned you and what they were mentioning you about. Let's bring up this from Nina. Is adding my blog to the personal profile helpful? You know, I think it probably would be, Nina, if you have a website or a blog site, definitely, because that way people can get right to it. If it's a one-click thing, I think it would be worthwhile to do that. You know what, Michelle? Why don't we bring Nina in, or anybody else that wants to come in, and
come on in, Nina. Tell us about yourself.
Hi, my name is Nina.
Hi.
There you go.
Thank you, Ron, for answering. Yeah. So it's also connected with what we did on the Circadians. That means that if you add a website, a blog, it should be updated, not very old-fashioned looking. Also, I'm living in Sofia, Bulgaria. My name is Nina. I'm together with the Circadians. It will be soon 1 year, because as the year rolls on, it's almost finished to me. I have so clear intention that would be a perfect year. We do a lot of experiments, testing, and work done. That means that when you have some questions, we do all the settings and all the answers, so that we are ready to go and finish these tasks. I mean all the Google profile stuff, personal profile, business pages. I'm preparing a collection workshop for next week. So anyone who would like to subscribe, visit my site, or better ask to join the Circadians, because you can never have all the social media done, and we are constantly working every day to check the updates, settings, and it's very useful, because everyone is special and everyone has the best skills for certain profiles and settings and media. So we actually more efficient when working in collaboration.
I got to put a link in here to email if anybody's interested to get in touch with the Circadians.
Yeah, thank you.
And what we do.
And Nina, great presentation. Nina, I like it very much.
That, Nina, before you go, tell us, you do pretty much with Google. Tell us you know what you do with Google to let people know how you can help them if that's a platform they're interested in.
I meant the presentation on the Blab, Michelle. It was, I like it very much. It goes very useful, helpful, and very time framed. What I do, I'm on Google Plus since 2011, and I can do everything on it. Personal profiles, business pages, Google My Business, put the business on the map, collections, most of all. This is very advanced way to be visible on search. Although it's not very popular yet, but it's really very close to our face-to-face life and communication, because it makes people connect and engaged based on what they're interested in. That saves a lot of time, and besides, you're very visible on search for the authority you have. So collections are the best Google introduced last year.
Looks like Nina has frozen. That happens sometimes. She is over in Bulgaria.
Nina's frozen up a little bit. Thank you, Nina. And I appreciate all that you do. And today's was excellent clinic.
Does anyone else? Whitney joined us. Whitney, we're kind of at the end of our presentation here. You can watch the replay. Whitney does have her whitneynicely.com. So she has her contact information in it. You can just click on it and get right to it. A real estate auctioneer. That's the first one that I've come across on Blab here. So interesting. I'll have to check that out, Whitney. If you have any questions, jump in the seat here if you want to, and join us. It's a way to get used to being on Blab if you want to.
Stacy left us, but she did have a question. I saw that she wanted to know how we did the slideshow. Again, send an email to youmatter@thecircadians.com and you'll learn all the stuff that we do here. I don't know where it went. It disappeared.
Yeah. The other thing just to let people know, Blab is working on introducing a way to do presentations on Blab. It's not available yet. There are other ways you can do it. We don't get into that right now because it's more advanced. We might do something in the future on that. And one of the things we do here all week long, we have Monday, we have at 10 a.m., we have how to use Blab. Tuesday, how to host a Blab. Wednesday, it's how to embed a Blab. Thursday, it's how to brand your Blab. And on Friday, we have just a casual Friday. We chill out. Troy, nice to see you. How are you?
This is Tony.
Tony, I'm sorry.
Hi, Tony.
That's all right. Good morning, Ron. Good morning, Michelle. I just wanted to come in and just say hello. I enjoyed this. I think last week was the first time I was actually able to come on. And so as a person who loves technology and always, I feel like, life is a lifelong journey in terms of learning. And so this is definitely something that I am enjoying. And I've been on Blab since the early days. This particular avatar does not necessarily represent that. But I wanted to say that I appreciate this. And it's important to be able to, get refreshers, because a lot of times updates will happen and new things will occur, and I don't know about them. And so, because I'm in and out of all kinds
Sometimes that happens to us too.
So thank you so much for doing this. And I look forward to continuing to watch your broadcast.
Tony, sometimes updates happen right in the middle of your Blab, which happened to us a couple of times. We're doing the Blab, and all of a sudden the screen went black like it is now, and everything went black, and we didn't know what happened. But the updates happened right while we were doing our Blab live. So you never know when the updates are going to happen. And you're right. We could leave here 20 minutes later. There could be an update.
We were in the middle of a presentation on how to use Blab, and in the middle of the presentation, everything changed from what we had in the script. Everything. Wow.
So, Tony, we appreciate that you like what we do. That lets us know that we're probably doing a service to the people out there. And thank you for the compliment you've just given us. We appreciate it. And thank you for coming back. We appreciate that, too.
Oh, you're welcome. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Looking forward to seeing you soon. Thank you, Tony.
Hillary just joined us also. And Hillary, we're at the end of our presentation here. You can join us every weekday at 10 a.m. Like I mentioned, Monday we go over how to use a Blab. Tuesday, how to host a Blab. Wednesday, it's how to embed a Blab. Thursday, it's how to brand your Blab. And on Friday, we call it chillax, and we just chill out. We answer any questions that you might have, or we just might get hooked on a subject and talk about it. But it's a casual Friday when we get to the end of that. Nina has something here that she. Here's one of the things. Nina it's more of a comment than a question, but Nina posted it as a question, so it shows up in the box and gets our attention. And the color off affects how people see and listen. I mean, the color of the platform. You know what? Michelle, do you understand?
I don't know. Maybe she mentioned we were both in blue. I don't know.
No.
If that's
okay. Well, she's coming in to explain it.
So I'll answer. We have a special image maker on the Circadians. She is a professional in image making. She's been working with TV producers and on TV broadcasts. So if the screen is black, to me is black now. It's one way that I see you and hear you. If it changes to white and you have white shirts, it will be completely different. That's what I mean. Because changing the color is not that, it's important. Even if we don't register, it affects how we listen to the presenter. And we are working on this. I just wanted to point out that you look very nice on the black screen. It's very good. I can hear every word, because she explained to me that if you are in black, people don't hear all the words actually, because they get a sad feeling and they don't pay attention.
Color does matter. I learned that, and Nina has helped us with that also. And she got us into wearing shirts and ties for most of the week, except on Friday. And it did make a difference, Nina. People take notice, and it's an image. We want to be professionals, and we want to present that image. And so it does work. It made a big difference. It really does.
Yeah, to me too. I never put these orange colors in my 20 years business practice, but I do now, because it's a color that people feel matches to my character, and I feel good about it. Okay, I pop again.
Bye. Paul Terry Walhus, I think that's how you pronounce it. He just joined us. Paul, we're at the end of our presentation, but you can join us every day at 10 a.m. where we go over different things. We'd love to have you come back. We have some scheduled things that we have to do. So we are going to be ending this presentation. Michelle, before we do, why don't you tell them who you are and what you do and what your passion is?
Well, firstly, I'm a Circadian, and I'm enjoying doing this with all you guys, and co-hosting with you is always a pleasure, Ron. My mother has dementia for the last 17 years, since age 58. So I am passionate about dementia support and awareness. I help administer a site on Facebook, which is on my profile, that has 13,000 members comprised of patients, caregivers, and advocates. So if anybody needs help in that area, please do join us, because it's a difficult journey, and you don't have to walk it alone.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for being the co-host today. That is going to be it for us for today. Like I said, we kind of have a busy day today. We try to hold true to the fact that we like to keep this 25 to 30 minutes long to respect your time. And so we are going to end it here, and we'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to stop the broadcast, Michelle.